Good day. Yeah, I know I've been slacking on here, but you know what? We're just going to jump into certain things that's taking place. Okay, school has been a hell of a thing. Okay, I have not functioned right in my everyday life since I went to school. Okay, and y'all remember, in I say in May, it was May, maybe June, maybe May, early June. I was so over the hills about getting accepted in college, right? To the college I wanted to go to 20 years ago. And now, y'all, it is three times like, why didn't press? Why did I not finish? And y'all, I'm kicking myself in the head. Like, why I didn't finish? Oh, I know why I didn't finish. I was dick crazy, okay? And I'm gonna say what it is, y'all. I was dick crazy. I like when I got the first of real life penis, I went head over heels. I was like, I'm quitting school and I'm going to do this every day. And and I didn't do it every day. Y'all calm down. I didn't have my first child until I was like 24. But I thought I was the only one. So I was talking to this one lady, and she was like, I really wish I finished high school. And I was like, now I don't feel as bad. I'm not finishing college. It's starting and starting and starting and starting. That's what it was. It's basically starting and starting. It's not starting and quitting. It's like starting and starting because you gotta start back over. This is not when y'all go to school, it's not like, oh, you can stop where you start. No, you got to go back and relearn everything. So you're starting and starting. Um, so, and she was like, I was like, well, it's never too late. And she's like, it's so easy for people to say that. And you know what? It's very easy for people to say that until they actually have to realize that you have to really like when you doing something like school or going back to school, you have to you have to go back in memory lane and look at all your bad decisions. Like, some people don't understand, it's easier for us to say, you can do it. But no, reality is like, why did I stop in the first place? And that's how you got to be honest with yourself. Like, I was definitely retarded. Um, but it brings so much joy to see my children. They're My daughter will stay up wee hours of the night to finish her homework, even though I know she played around. It's just the motivation that she has to get it done. Um, my son, his motivation is not just money. His motivation is that he has opportunities, and he's okay with that difficult trials. Like, he asked if he can do sixth grade math. He asked me if he can enroll if he does great in his fourth grade thing. Can we see if he can get a higher grade? And I'm like, no, you're and mentally it's like, when he asked that, I was like, no, you going to fifth grade. And it was like a challenge that he's pushing himself. So I'm assuming that he's trying to get into a upper grade instead of going to fifth grade. He wants to try to see if he's qualified to, be in the sixth grade. It's like a program that the classes sixth grade work, middle school work. Um, and I know that I'm probably gonna talk my daughter into going to like a polytech situation instead of just going to high school. I'll see if she will like that because she can see if she can get work on her associates. So it'd be a little bit, while she's still going to school, she'll work on her associates. So I see that in her. And I'm not a big believer of you don't need education, you do need education. You're talking to people that's complaining about minimum wage, saying you don't need education. Y'all got to understand where I'm coming from. That's not picking on anybody, but that's my reality. I'm listening to people say you don't need education, and they're doing bare minimum, you know. So, or eventually, some people they don't have education, and they got a job, and now their job is requiring ABC. So it is what it is, y'all. So if some of us are telling our children we don't need education, encourage them to take up a trade. That, hey, I don't know what to tell you, because money is not going to come to these kids as easy as it is coming to certain um, younger peers or younger adults like YouTube. And, one day our technology is going to not be as needed, if you know what I mean. There's going to be a time that something's going to take its place of technology. We're going to sit here and say, what will take the place? Just think about what took the place of television. Television was the biggest industry. Now it's meshed with like streaming and basically the internet. The internet killed television. So y'all, let's get into this stuff. Now you can tell y'all, I'm gonna sit here and make fun of this. This is a good time, y'all. I don't have time for Medusa. Some of y'all already know I do talk about Medusa, not dirt wrong, but Medusa gives me vibes of a child. She don't give me a like an adult with a 10-year-old. She gives me like a non-popular girl that now getting a little popularity, and now she feels like she's to be next. And like, girl, you still that loser in high school, okay? Y'all, it is what it is. I said what I said. All right. So in the meantime, Jazz is over there just, Jazz need another YouTube friend. I'm I'm going to say it. I'm going to say that is the only thing that's going to redeem her channel. If she teams up with somebody that is got cosmetic, they look good, they feel good, their channel is, nurturing. I'll say, Jazz, you need to probably team up with people that you need to like have phone calls with people that is not about drama, that is not about baby mamas, baby daddies. You really need to team up with somebody that don't have those traits, and not re-teaming up with Jazzy or Ming or Liv or even Medusa, because it's toxic. You are too old to be this toxic or have this aura around you with everything you do. And now this is just real talk. A lot of them are just too old to have certain auras around them. That I'm like, girl, you don't get tired? I'll be drained. Like if I had to deal with certain things, I'll be drained. So, and I was talking to my dad last night, and he was like, I don't like when you talk about these ladies and da 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 da. And I was like, calm down, because you're a man and you stay in a man's place. That's why. I'm very sexist when it comes down to, certain things. So basically I just told him you probably don't like it because you really don't gossip like that. So, Jazz, where's your pen and paper at? Y'all, I'm just asking. I'm just asking with this thing. I know it's like you couldn't find a different book. Your kids don't have Dr. Seuss. Your kids don't have Dr. Seuss books. Girl, that you look lost. And it looked like you just picked up the Bible and went straight to the middle. So I would say you were probably somewhere past, I want to say Joseph. Like, I think you were like past Job at this point in the Bible. But then you might be on songs, or um, you might be on songs or Proverbs, maybe. But then you went back into Deuteronomy. Baby girl. Thank you. Hey, mystery. Baby girl. Baby girl. If you don't find you some type of read Revelations, you don't need to read nothing else. I don't know what you were trying to read. Read Revelations. You just, you're not there. I don't know if anybody can understand what I'm coming from. You come on, Jazz. You on here raising hell Monday through Friday, and you want us to believe you read that Bible. And the way you, the way she handed the Bible, that's a little hard. I was like, who reads the Bible? Yo, when I tell you, she made that Bible look like a Zane book. How she was reading it, and it's like, girl, this is not a Zane book. This is not. I don't know. You playing with God. You need to play with somebody else. I, and y'all, it was just the way that, if y'all see my thumbnail, she was in the middle of the book, and then eventually she went to Deuteronomy, and that's like the beginning of the book. That's like the last book about laws in the Bible. So, Jazz, what were you doing? See, I don't know. People, we like to play with people's intelligence. And for some odd reason, that book, hold on, y'all, hold on one moment. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yo, when I tell y'all, see, Jazz have potential. I would say she has potential because she's a very, me just watching her edit the video and stuff like that. She has potential, and I know she's not a very great mother. Yes, she's not a very good cook. We're going to talk about something too, and we know that she gets sidetracked with, what other people are saying and doing. That's her downfall. But Jazz, if you want us to believe that you're reading the Bible, you carry a pen and pad, a journal. You wrote in journals about, how Chris makes you feel. When you're reading the Bible, you will have to try to comprehend. Not saying that you can't comprehend, but there's some things in the Bible that takes us. I don't know if y'all ever read the Bible or y'all into the Bible. There's 5 or 6 meanings to everything in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's a good start. But I would definitely not tell you to use a King James version. There's like kitty, y'all don't come for me. There's kitty Bibles that is available. Now, y'all, if somebody got to start somewhere. Okay. This woman thought we came from apes in the beginning. Now she's reading songs and she's flipping the Bibles, but she really thought that we came from apes, and she was like, she thought we came from apes. Her and Chris was sitting there talking about it one day, one alive, and she thought it was cute for her to say, I think we came from apes, babe. Yeah. Start with the kitty Bible. Yeah, it's okay. It got little cartoons and pictures. That's the best way to go. Then you start learning, stories. And that's how most people they get. My son, he learned the Bible because of the small stories like David and Goliath and um the wise king. That's like one of my favorite stories when I was a kid, and I read as a kid was when you know the king had 2 prostitutes. At the time they didn't say it in the kiddie version, but the 2 prostitutes came. One prostitute had a baby that she rolled over and killed. Well, she smothered, and the other one, that was her baby. And the king was like, hey, that's my baby. And she's like, no, that's my baby. And the king said, come here, guard, give me your sword. And then he was going to cut the baby in half, and the mother said, oh no, I'm just breaking it down. Oh no, oh no, let her have it. She can have it. And then the king gave it to the mother that was more compassionate, because that was the show of love. We rather see somebody else take something of ours than kill it. You know what I'm saying? So, Jazz, I would tell you, don't come back on here reading the King James version. Go ahead to the little kitty station, get you that good old kitty book with all the pictures and the coloring and all that great stuff. And that's how you gonna really learn how to break down that Bible. You play with somebody, stop playing with us. We know we know you didn't comprehend not one damn thing. Yeah, we know goodness well you didn't comprehend nothing. Yeah. So Jazz, so next time I'm gonna ask you a question. We should be asking Jazz every week when she go on live, what story did she read from the Bible? I'm gonna give you a beautiful. I'm gonna tell you this. My favorite adult story in the Bible is Job. Job is my favorite adult story. It is the one that I'm angry about when I read, because God can take something away, or God can allow, Satan to use us, and we have to endure it because we are that faithful. But I know, for example, I know you didn't read nothing about, fornicating. Look at me telling somebody. I know you didn't read about fornicating. I know you didn't read about wrath and jealousy and envy. I know you didn't read none of that. So it is what it is, darling. All right. I will tell you to ask your subscribers to send them some kitty stories of the Bible. Not Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Don't read those. Read stuff that, can help you to understand logic in life. It is what it is. Don't be playing with our emotions. You went straight to the middle of the book, okay? And then she went to, y'all. I'm like this. Maybe she was at Matt, y'all. Mark. Maybe she was at Mark. Because in, that little passage, it tells you to go to this scripture, or they tell you something, and this is some other scriptures. But y'all, when I tell you, she was lost. It was like she forgot her spot where she was at when she did that second half of that video. Y'all, I just that's all it is. But y'all, I'm gonna talk. Y'all, I'm gonna talk about Nika for a minute. I promise you, just for a minute. Nika did a shepherd pie video. Yo, when I tell you, my son is not speaking at all. Okay, y'all can call him whatever y'all want, because y'all, there's some people are ruthless. Okay, you're a bad parent. Your son is. I seen it all. So I accept what I'm accepting. Okay, my son doesn't talk, but when I had Nika's video playing on my TV, he and she made this shepherd pie. So she made the mashed potatoes. While he gagged. Now he don't talk. And I'm looking at him like, who taught you how to gag? He can do anything else. But who taught him how to gag? Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. It was so funny. He was like, "Ugh." And I could see if he was drinking something, was eating something, he was playing while he was eating. He was just standing there watching. So, you know, and because sometimes y'all, I'm just gonna go and talk about my kids for a minute. Sometimes you will think that your child is this is your fault. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, dealing with whatever he's going through. I've been dealing with it, and it's not like he's not comprehending. He knows his name, but at first he didn't know his name. It was like, hey, ever, ever. I and even when he was a baby, he didn't turn. It was like, why would you name me this child? And he gave me that attitude. So then when he hit one mark, it was more like, and now when I take him to therapy, he's learning how to communicate in sign language, and it's like, it's amazing that he's not talking, and he can basically comprehend everything you're saying, like, hey, do this, but he's not verbally talking. And I'm gonna be honest with you, what built my spirit with my son is Stacy, and is it Shane and Stacy, that like lift my spirit up like 500 times, seeing this young gentleman. And he's not he is he's I'm not gonna call him sassy, but I don't know what to explain to him. He don't play. He don't play with nobody. He catch attitudes with that tablet. He catch attitudes, and I never see. He be like, and then he looks at his mom, and and it builds so much joy when I see my son, and he's he's smiling. Y'all, it took him. He's two, and baby, he was a sourpuss, and I was like, what's wrong with him? I even wanted to take him back to the doctor and like, you gave me the wrong sun sign. You know what I'm saying? This is not my kid. I think I don't feel bad because I'm talking about it. I don't think I'm the only mother that have a child that's delayed. They be like, that's not my son. Y'all, when I tell you it was, it's it's a, it's a thing. It's not a bad situation. My mom and my father and everybody can deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's, that's their baby. And to me, it's like, why can't he not talk? You know? And I think I'm probably worried too much on. I at first I'm gonna say this. I don't think I paid attention to the development or his comprehension as much because he wasn't talking. But when I tell you, he is a ball of life. He is. Y'all, when I tell you, he still totes us around the house and tell us, hey, on this, he goes and get his food and he knows, he knows small things. Um, when I tell you it's time for potty training, I think he's going to flourish. Um, because I'm gonna tell y'all what he did. I was at my aunt's house and he had to go. So he took all his clothes off like he's at the house. And he ran to a different room. Now that's how I know it's time for him to be body trained. And he ran to the different room, did his business, grabbed his pull up, and grabbed my hand and said, hey, change me. So I'm like, if you can't talk and you know how to do this, ain't nothing wrong with you. But he's a beautiful little person. I'm telling you, he's so beautiful. And I just think sometimes our children is God knows what we need. Okay, God always knows what we need. We need patience because gosh, I have had patience with this little boy. And y'all might be, it might be funny to y'all, but it is amazing to me. Jazz thought that we came from monkeys, darling. There was a live that her and Hips was doing, and they was drinking some, what is that called? Some teleport, and she thought she was cute, and she said, "Well, babe," they was sitting there talking about the Bible, and she said, "Babe, I think we really came from monkeys." Y'all, one thing about me is, y'all, I'm gonna just be honest. One thing about me is I'm not quick with this YouTube stuff and getting facts and receipts and going on lives. I'm terrible with that. I tell you, I understand if my lives are boring to some people because it's hard, right? But when you just talking in circles and you're going nowhere, it is draining for my mental health. So I don't really go in a lot of people's lives. So if there's like a reactor, I can typically engage with and enjoy, I'm going to get some of my facts from them and then speak on it. Or I go and see like Jazz video. It was very small, sweet, short. But when it's a live, y'all, I can't do live. So sometimes y'all be like over my head. You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question. Y'all can put it in our live, my live. There's this one guy I've been following these last like couple of weeks, probably about Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving. He talks about the book of Enoch, right? I already knew there was a missing book of the Bible. I knew it. I already knew it. My grandfather is my grandfather practiced Judaism. Judaism, yes. So they still have certain um, they have different teachings, and I think Book of Enoch is part of the Jewish or I'm sorry, Judas, Jewish, Jewish religion. Okay, it's not. He's not like a Jewish. It's, I don't know how to explain his religion, but I'm not for sure. I don't want to sound like an idiot and maybe like on the bottom of my tongue or something like that. So they do practice like certain books and studies of the Bible, and so that's where I got my knowledge from of the Book of Enoch from him. But I never read it prior to this young gentleman. And the stuff that he says, I'm kind of scared of taking it in, like knowledge. Like y'all don't understand. The Bible is what I already knew was always the truth, the word. Y'all get what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's more of a guilt than a bad parent. Um, and I think a lot of times people really don't talk about this because we such in denial of something's wrong with our child that you blame it off on yourself. I think that's what I've been going through. More of a bad parent. I just blamed it on myself. Like I, I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I ate raw steak. And y'all be like, raw steak don't cause that. Maybe it does. Um, I had bad pica. That's like when you eat non-food. I enjoy chewing on rollers when I was pregnant. And I know this is crazy. I remember asking, you know what? I chewed hair rollers, the foam, and I didn't ingest it. I didn't like swallow it. It was something about the chewing sensation. I chew that, and if I couldn't get ice, I wanted the rollers. I wanted both of them at the same time, but I never mentally swallowed the hair rollers. Um, so I remember asking my parents to buy me $10 worth of hair rollers, and I just be in my little. So I thought that's probably did I get a bad batch of hair rollers? Y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed that people that eat bone from like y'all remember the lady who on Strange Addictions? She says she ate her mother's mattress. Y'all, so I can't even laugh at that because I during my pregnancy I was chewing on rollers. And y'all, it's like an addiction. That's like a terrible addiction. I can laugh at it now. I probably need to go seek help. Okay, because y'all, I was in like the store, like fiending. Like if I seen it, I was like scratching my neck. I was fiending, like, I'm about to go get me some. Like, so I don't make fun of addicts. I don't make fun of addicts at all. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I feel their pain. When they say that lady said I eat car seats, I understand her pain. It's crazy to some people, but it's like people that eat dirt, clay. Um, they have like people that eat dirt, but I think dirt and clay is about the same. Cornstarch, that it's in that same family, but when I tell you, it was terrible. My mom was like, "Won't you just wash it off?" I'm like, no, because after you chew it down, you can't. It's no good. But I tell you, I would definitely be if there was a strange addiction, and y'all showed my pregnancy. Yeah, I think I spent about $100 on hair rollers. I can laugh at it now. Like I promise you, I can laugh at it now. But I promise you, when you get that craving to eat something like that, or just to chew it, it's crazy. So I thought it was that red meat. Like I would eat my steaks bloody red. Okay. Of course, I didn't drink milk, I didn't take my vitamins. So again, I thought I'm the cause of, his delay. And no, it's not that. And I think that, he's still cool. So the therapist is like looking at it as a he can still form. Like he can still form. He's not mute. She's not using that muteness to it, but he's still doing ooh. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, he is. He's getting taught a little sign language. Yes, ma'am, he is. And trust me, he's everywhere with it. Like, I'm like, that's not even, that's not, and it's so funny because if he catch an attitude, he claps. I'm like, who taught you this? Who taught you this? And but it's so funny because he'll clap at you and look at you in the face and then do some type of he does no. He's really good with that no, and he blocks his hand with the X. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he's learnable, but it's just he don't have time. And I just think he's amazing. His favorite movie so far, y'all. He likes his little kitty movies and stuff like that, but he like breaking. If y'all 80s person or 80s kid, breaking is a dance movie, and when I tell you, he's watching Breaking 2, and he is determined to walk my damn walls. Okay, with whatever shoes he got. Now he got this little kick that he wants to slide and dance. And y'all, when I tell you he's very something special to me, he's very special to me. So I'm thinking about probably like not in the summer, not in the winter, y'all. I'm not killing myself to take him up and down the road. But I'm thinking about finding him a tap dance class or a dance class for. And even though he's a boy, I do feel some type of way like, do I put a boy in the dance? Well, why not? He's just a kid, and that's his that's his little outlet and that he likes to do. Let him. I mean, what's the worst thing gonna happen? He gonna be a dancer, and he likes to do his little dance stuff. But one day I had like played a tap dance because one day he was just trying to break dance. Like, boy, you about to break your neck. You don't know what you're doing. And so, so I let him. We watched all different type of dances, and he loved watching these twins. They're tap dancers, and he hits the remote control and looked for he looked for the little tap dancers, and I'm like, okay. So he's amazing. Y'all be like, girl, you always bragging. Well, I brag about all my children. I really do. But this one, he just needed his little own thing today. But y'all, I have to go pick up my other two breads. And I was you like, girl, you calling them brats? Yes, I do call my other kids brats. It's better than rodents. But I'll talk to y'all later, and thank y'all for joining me. Dr. Amir, I'm sorry, Crystal Rock Goddess, thank you. Mystery, thank you for all coming on my chat. And thank y'all for push watchers. And guess what? If y'all not in a hey Keisha. Okay, okay. Did I do that last night? Maybe the other night. Um, but you know what? When I do my lives, I don't always go back and was it put it in public. So yeah, but normally it's not that important. It ain't that important. I'm probably talking about whatever came to my mind at the time. And it's probably in circles. But I'll talk to y'all later and thank y'all again. Y'all have a blessed day. And just go to Walmart and get you a kitty Bible. Okay? That's all you need, a good old kitty Bible. And that's where you're gonna start at. Okay? That's where you start at. You don't start from King James because you'll be lost. Okay? All right. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.